Hey, what's up everybody? Got a 1997 Nissan Maxima, and we're doing a little rear end work today. Um, what I mean by that is we're replacing the strut assembly, which is this little guy right here. So, what is a strut assembly anyway? Alright, so this right here on the inside is your shock. This out here is your coil spring. Now what you call this the whole strut assembly when you have the spring with the shock. Otherwise you're just replacing mostly the shock, which is on this part right here, which goes inside the spring. In order to remove that, you have to remove this nut right here. But before you take off that bolt right there, you need to compress the spring because it's under a lot of tension. And it's very dangerous. And so whenever you replace just this right here, which is the shock, you're actually paying for the labor for someone to compress this spring and take that bolt off the top and put another one in there. So in order to save on labor or reduce the labor time, you can just replace the whole strut assembly. Now it might cost more, but at rockauto.com they've got these right here for like 50 bucks, $50–60. I think I paid like 60 bucks for this whole freaking strut assembly. You know, coil, spring, everything, shipping, all of that. It maybe came to like $70. You can't even buy this shock for $70 at, you know, Advance or O'Reilly's or whatever. And if you buy the whole strut assembly at a parts store, it's probably going to be like $120, $200 and some dollars. So go to rockauto.com and save some money. But I'm going to show you how to replace this motherfucker real quick. So, and just looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like looking at the new part just to get an idea of what we got to do. So I see right here, you got two holes. All right, that's these two right here. And you got this right here. So you know you got a nut right there. And then you got a hole right here that's going to be for your sway bar inlet right here. So that's that right there, and that's the nut right here. Everything here is a 14mm, and then you got three on top going right through here. Where those end up, not in the trunk. On some of, a lot of times it's in the trunk, and it's going to be, you know, right here on the side. On this one right here, it's right here behind the back seat, and it's going to be right there. So here they are, 1, 2, and 3, and you just got like this little cover right here. So just take the cover off and you just gotta lift this up. Now to get this seat out of here, alright, so this right here is held in right here with the 10mm bolt. So that 10mm bolt is right here, and it's gonna be holding this little bracket on. Now first you gotta take off the bottom seat. The bottom seat has two 14mm bolts. Let me show you where they are. Right here. You see that bracket right there? So you got a 14mm bolt right there. You got another 14 right there. You take out those two brackets right there. I mean those two 14s, and it's gonna release because as you see there's a hole right here for that to go into. So you got to take out those two 14s. Take out that 10 right there, which is actually right there in that hole. And then you're gonna have to lift up right here. So you see that there's this little hanger right here. Where is that damn flashlight? Alright, so you got the hanger right there. And it's all actually hooked onto here. So you got to lift up. Now to get the whole seat out, you're gonna have to remove like that centerpiece right there. I just don't feel like doing it. But anyways, and then there you go. 1, 2, and there's a third bolt on the back. So, alright, let's fucking do it. Hey, okay, so I don't know what happened. I think like the last half of that video got cut off or something like that. So, my apologies, you know. Anyway, so basically it was already done. So, the only thing that you missed was, okay, so we located where the top of the studs are, right there behind the rear seat cushion. So there's like the 3 bolts holding in the strut assembly. So what I did is basically loosen up those 3 bolts, boom, dropped it down. And then for the new one, what I did, since on that particular side, I used my right hand to hold the strut assembly and I'm looking in through the little triangle window in the back. So as I'm looking through the triangle window, I'm looking through the holes, and that's how, you know, I use my right hand to put the strut assembly up there, and then I use my left hand and I'll put those 3 bolts on there, just like, you know, just basically hand tighten them down, and then I come in, you know, after that you can let it go. You can come back in with your ratchet or whatever you're using, and you know, just tighten them, torque them down, whatever, and just the installation is basically reverse of removal. All you got is like those 2 14mm bolts, and then your, you know, on your for your brake line and your sway bar end link. That's it. And then your one little bolt, those 2 little bolts on the bottom holding your strut assembly into the trailing arm. But that's it. So I hope that was helpful to someone, you know, whoever's watching it. If you got it, you know, that's actually, the application is very similar to a lot of other vehicles also. So it's basically the same procedure, you know, if you just about any make and model. That's big. A lot of times though, you go in through the trunk. The top of the 3 studs holding in the top of the strut assembly are usually in the trunk, and you just pull back the little walls on the side of your trunk, and they're right there, and you'll see the strut assembly bolts right there. That's typically where they're located at. But on this one right here is behind the seat cushion, where the speakers are usually located on most vehicles. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Appreciate you watching the videos. Boom, peace.